Hello everyone, it's Niven, and welcome to episode 5 of Behind the Scenes of Development, weekly series where I talk about my projects, games which I've made. I talk about behind the scenes of game development, how I made those games, what were the struggles and inspirations. The first 4 episodes are available on my channel. I created a playlist of behind the scenes of development. You can check all those videos. Today, we have a special episode. I'll be talking about games, specifically 5 games which I've made using PowerPoint. Yes, you heard me right. PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint. I know this is funny and it might be cringe, but when I was creating those games, I actually thought that they were decent. But looking back at them right now, they're not really that great. The first game I will be talking about is called Timber. Timber was created for Black and White Game Jam in less than 2 hours, so you can expect this game to be as bad as possible. This was once again created by PowerPoint, and me and Sam Ferguson, who is a co-writer of the story, had little to no time, so he came up with this story and I started to edit some pictures, put it in the Microsoft PowerPoint and made this game. Basically, there was no inspiration for this game other than the old folklore stories of forest and things like that, and I had no trouble in making this at all. This was part of my phase where I was trying to make games for game jams, and by doing that, I was trying to be part of the gaming community. Basically, that's the story. Now, let's check out Timber. This is Timber. Let's play. The forest is a place where things disappear and return. And here is the strange thing. Sometimes it's like at a beach where the sea returns something which was swallowed for a long time. A forest is a place of constant change. During the summer, the forest is full of life. In winter, there is death. Nevertheless, information never gets lost in the forest. The whole network of plant life saves information about the things which happened in the past. You know what they say, always bring someone with you in the forest, so you're not alone. Even if you get desperate, you can rely on that one person. But usually, people ignore the risks and take their self-confidence higher than one might expect. Because of this, the strange occurring is nothing other than death. You can't escape death. You can't escape the unavoidable curse of the living and mortality. The deeper you go, the more you realize that there is no way back, no return. No matter how you feel, good or bad, horrified or relieved, the only choice you made was at the beginning of this journey. Wish to continue or wish to end it all with a single decision. Continue. Tim Mason went investigating the famous Timberview Forest late in September. The reason for this trip was known only to his editor in the journal Daily Horror News. Tim was going to find out about the rumors, which were told by locals, missing children. Every night, children would go out to play in the forest, and the next day, one of them went missing. Local police did not find anything, and the cases were closed. The investigation was cursed from the beginning. After walking for 2 hours, Tim found a cabin. He knew this place was haunted somehow, but he was not scared because he was seen many places like this. He brought his flashlight with him, although while using it, the batteries were running low. He knew he had only one chance to enter the cabin. Inside the cabin, Tim found some old clothes and nothing else. Something seemed off. He kept investigating with the flashlight being turned off because the moonlight helped him see through stuff in the dark. Suddenly, everything felt cold. The wind started blowing and the moonlight was getting darker. Tim looked at the counter and saw a note. Do not let her see you. If you see her, run. Do not listen to her. Do not talk to her. Run. Tim ran away in the forest. He could see the wet, muddy path in front of him, but he was still trying to fix the flashlight. During this chaos, he heard the whispers, the noise coming from behind him, calling out his name. Tim, come back, Tim. Tim panicked. He only had one chance left. He couldn't screw it up now. He was trying to avoid where the ghostly figure was going and looking, just to stay on the safe side. He started sidestepping until he tripped over something and landing on a stick, which snapped louder than it should have done. He eventually reached a small house and started feeling suspicious. The lights were all off. The house was completely dark. He opened the door and walked to the living room. He turned on the lights and was shocked. There were bodies laying on the floor, surrounded by a pool of blood. He was crying, shaking, but he was plain confused. He was going to call for help, but he felt a sharp pain go through his neck. He dropped to the floor, dead. The person who stabbed him only had 4 words to say. Tim, come back, Tim. And that was it. A story by Sam and designed and edited by me. And yeah, that was basically it. I hope you enjoyed this. Now let's move on to the behind the scenes of the second game. Second game I'll be talking about is called Someday. Someday is a visual novel created for Mr. Craven Game Jam 2021. If you don't know who Mr. Craven is, then shame on you. You should pause this video and go subscribe to him. Mr. Craven is one of the reasons I started game development. He and John Wolf, who are OGs on YouTube, I watched their playthroughs of horror games and I was very inspired. I have nothing but respect to both of them, and when I saw this chance of creating a game for Mr. Craven Game Jam, I was very excited, and this is all I could come up with at that period of time. And yeah, that's Someday. Someday was oriented around adult themes, which I'll be talking about in the game, and it has a very relatable story, to be honest. And me and Sam Ferguson once again have made this game, and we actually worked a lot on the story. This wasn't created in just one day, but we worked a lot on this game, and now we will play and see the result. And welcome to Someday. I actually won't be playing Someday because I want to show you behind the scenes, so I can show you the presentation view, the slides. As you can see, there are 10 of them. We have 2 multiple endings. Number 1 is Transformed and number 2 is Lost. And if you're wondering, those are not paintings. Those are pictures that I took around my hometown, and I put a special effect on it, and that's why it seems like a painting, but it's actually not. That's Someday. Now, if you're interested about the story, you can check the game out. I won't be playing this because it has very emotional and actually adult-themed story, so you might want to check this one out for yourself and see if you like it, or maybe if you don't. Depends. Now let's move on to the next game. Third game I will be talking about is called Restless. Restless was also a Game Jam game, Untitled Game Jam number 44, and the theme of that jam was nightmares. I'm very proud of Restless because once again I had to collaborate with Sam Ferguson, who is amazing, and I actually made clickable buttons in this game. It was very creepy, and this was one of the early games I've made which was based on the survey type of horror. You know, nowadays we have that Mandela catalog type of games where you have to go and click on multiple buttons and some things show up and some creepy imagery. This game was kind of like that, but not exactly. I actually made a playthrough on my channel year ago, and it's very cringe. You should definitely not watch this. Please don't watch it. I will just show you what was in the game. I'm not going to play this again. Basically, I had the PC layout, the warning signs, I had the environment layout like this, and this was a fun project to make. It was made within 48 hours, so this was not a game I worked on multiple weeks and so on. Basically, yeah, this was Restless. Dim is fourth game which I've made using PowerPoint with the help of my friend Sam. And this was submission to the text-based adventure jam. Basically, this is very different from the other PowerPoint games I've made because it's pixelated style, and I've never done pixelated style before. I was very anxious to make this actually, but the story was so cool and kind of campy. I went on with it and created this. We had probably a couple of days to make this because he was not able at that time to work with me, and I wanted to make something really quick, so some of the parts in this game are very cringe and I hope you don't pay too much attention. Now let's play Dim. And welcome to Dim. Let's play the game. Click to start. There were many stories about Town Forest. When I was little, I used to hear about the dim light. If you get closer to it, the monster will consume you. I did not believe any of that because I was not superstitious. But one day, everything changed for me. I was walking down that forest and I saw the dim light. It was powerful, and I had an uneasy feeling, like someone was watching me, trying to read my thoughts and figure out who I am. Who am I? I was frightened but curious at the same time about who was that someone or something. Ooh. This is not a good idea. Maybe I should go back. Wait, what was that sound? Hello, is anyone there? I'm warning you. I have a weapon and a heart condition, so don't you dare scare me. Oh, that was fun. Oh, hello. I did not mean to scare you. My name is Sam. I live on the 5th Street. We might have met before, haven't we? I'm not sure. I don't go out as much these days. Sorry, I was just walking by. Nice to meet you, Sam. You did not say your name. That's fine. I guess I will see you around, stranger. Interesting. What a creep. I can't stop thinking about that sound he made, like from a horror movie or something. It was awkward that I did not say my name. Maybe it's for the better, but somehow I feel guilty. Whatever. He mentioned the street. How odd. I don't think there is a 5th Street anywhere nearby. He could have made a mistake. This all makes my head fuzzy. Maybe I should go back home and rest. The night is cold for some reason. I've never felt this cold since February. Maybe climate change is really happening and we will all die from our ignorance. Oh, that's cringe. I guess that's an intriguing statement, even for my own thoughts. No, not this. Sam, I keep wondering where did he go? That's right. The town was the other way, not the way he came from. He must have lied about his home. Probably he's one of those people who love outdoors, or maybe he's one of them. One of who? I should go to sleep and go to the forest tomorrow. Bad mistake. This is the way Sam went. Maybe I should go back, but somehow I feel it might be okay to go further into the forest. I know I might be making a mistake, but what's so creepy about the forests? Am I right? This forest is bigger than I remember. I used to go with my dad and look for cute hedgehogs. It was a good time. Anyways, let's look for some clues because Sam is super sus. Wow, super sus. Wow. I think this was before Was it before the Among Us? No. Among Us was created in 2018. So me saying sus is actually probably from the game. Yeah, this is not something that I made up. Yeah, that's just fun thing to discover. I felt familiarity with Sam. He looked like a serial killer, but somehow I felt closure with him. Maybe that's why I am desperately looking for him. It's weird. It is, dude. Wait, what the hell? I was just outside of this road. Literally, I went to the forest from this way. Did I loop? I kind of feel a headache. Maybe I should go home. No, I should go back and find where Sam is. This road is the only connection between the two towns. Interesting that the forest was meant to be destroyed, but they did not do it for some reason. Locals said that there were people living in the forest, and they had to move out. Looks like they forced them to do so. What am I thinking? Better look for Sam. All this time at home, I never looked up to see the beauty of the sky, fresh air, the forest. What is happening to me? That dim light is interesting. Is it me or everything looks dim? Where is the light? Where is the blue sky and sunshine and spring colors? I should have eaten before coming here. I hope it's not the case of dehydration. I spelled it wrong. I spelled it dehydrated whatever. Oh, dehydrated whatever. Okay. Oh, Sam! Oh, no! Where am I? What is going on? Who, what, why? That sound, this light, it's blinding, it's beautiful. Dim light, it takes everyone. It makes you forget about good things in life. It makes you wonder about the purpose. It makes you go away, far away, deep in the forest, where you can be free. The dim light is not objective. It's not materialistic. Rather, it's something that can exist without someone, without you. Yep. That was it. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Typewriter is fifth and final game I will be talking about today, made in PowerPoint. This was submitted to I Can't Write But Want to Tell a Story Game Jam. Basically, I had this sci-fi adventure type of game idea where you played as a character who was able to use this typewriter to travel through time. And that idea came from the movies I watched previously as I was a kid. You know, one of those movies where there is an object and a character can communicate with the past or the future using that object. Basically, that was the idea for this game. Sam did help me with this one, but I mostly made this by myself, so this game is very different and there is lots of reading in this game. I'll be checking this one out if you want to see the gameplay, so here we go. And here we have Typewriter. Yeah. Play the game. December 9th, 1948. Dear Lucas, you don't know me, but I know you. My name is William. I'm your only friend in this world that you have been living in. I'm hiding in my house with the machine, Typewriter. I'll have to explain a lot, but all you need to know right now is that you have been living in the same house for over a month now. If you're reading this, that means you found the typewriter and used it. Good. Now listen very carefully. You need to hide the typewriter because the man who once was my friend is following us. You and me, Lucas. It's time for me to take risks. It's time for both of us to act. Because if we don't do what is important, then we and all the others will be doomed. I moved to a different town this year. I've learned many things about the machine, but I don't have enough skill and time to make things better. Please, no matter what happens or if you get caught, don't say anything about the machine. Isaac is close. He wants to destroy all the things we have built. I hope T meets you someday. Maybe in the future, maybe in the past. This is so cringe. You have to be smart and look for the little box, which I left in the house in the basement. Good luck, son. You know what? That's not the typewriter. Let's travel to 2000. Day unknown, year 2000. Dear Lucas, this might be my last letter to you. I have been hiding under the old lab facility where we created the typewriter. You have to understand, it was never my intention to harm anyone, including you, but if Isaac gets to that machine, we are all doomed. I'm sorry, son. All I got left is to tell you the secret. It's know the machine that controls the time. We used the human specimen for the test, and the only successful one was redacted. I never wanted to hurt my friends and family, and that's why I left the town. Please, Lucas, use the typewriter to fix everything. Our fate is in your hands. Let's save William. Who the fuck is William? I have no idea. Let's travel to 1989. November 14, 1989. I saw us. I saw me and you again. What did you do, Lucas? This was not supposed to happen, but I guess now Isaac is trapped. It's some kind of time loop. You're brilliant. Better than I expected. Now all we need to do is get back to 1948 and fix the ladder situation. I'm so happy. You will leave the typewriter in the future, and thanks for the keys. You did good, son. You did good. Such a waste of my time. I wanted to shut you down, I guess. Isaac was dumber than all of us. You don't understand, do you? Typewriter, the conic system is just a skeleton for the real muscles. You are the muscle. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so creepy. I mean, cringy, not creepy, and so stupid. I guess now it does not matter anymore. You were so easily manipulated. Shame. Well, now I go enjoy my time with your pathetic past self. Good luck. Reset yourself. Oh god, there are multiple endings to this, so if you're interested you can check this one out. This is very cringe. This is the cringiest one yet, so. And by the way, I made a mistake, so you should know. This was made with Blender, not PowerPoint. Yeah, this was made with Blender game engine, so I made a mistake. Let's exit. And this is it for episode 5 of Behind the Scenes of Development. If you enjoyed the games, feel free to leave a comment. If you have any judgment, please feel free to comment that judgment. Again, when I was creating those games, those 5 PowerPoint games, I just wanted to make something for people. I wanted to bring out something and be part of the game community. And sometimes it's very hard because you try to make a good game, but then you realize that maybe it's not about creating good games, but it's about narration, and it's about giving something that maybe you feel you want people to see, and it's about sharing this stuff. Again, if you're a beginner game developer, you don't have to create amazing game. You don't have to use Unreal Engine 5. You don't have to use Unity and start coding like crazy. This will actually break you. And this part of my game development road, when I was creating Timber, I had that feeling that maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is basically just a one thing. I make just one game and that's it. But then I suddenly, with the help of my friend, found out about CopperCube 6, and I was very happy, and I started creating games. I started from creating a simple game, then I went on, and now I am at the stage where I can't make just a good game because I want people to be very impressed by my game. That's why I work hard on the Primary Colorman 2. If you don't know, I'm developing that game. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching once again. I hope this episode showcased something good for you. I hope you learned something if you're a game developer. If you're not a game developer, if you're just a YouTube content creator, I hope you just see how hard it is for game developers to make a game and what struggles do they go to. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and episode 6 will be next week. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye.